I'm just going to let you all know that I'm here, because that's probably a good life plan, and I want to be able to see all of the comments. So I'm just pulling that up as well. We want to pull up the comments so I can see you all. But just a quick recap, we only have a few items left, which is wonderful. So this is exactly where we left off yesterday. I haven't changed a thing. Hello. I didn't do a bobbin. I didn't literally have touched nothing. So we can continue on. It does suck that I ran out of battery yesterday, and I am sorry for that. My phone was literally charged in. So we had 2 connection issues and then a power issue, which just sucked. But I did everything in my power to make it work, and we're just going to finish up today. I could have done it without recording, but that's just not as much fun. And then you guys wouldn't see it, and that's kind of not the point either, you know? So anyway, we're doing a Tory pocket inside the bag. So this is Empress. For anyone that wasn't here yesterday but has popped in today, hello and welcome. I was going to do a 12-hour challenge yesterday. We got to about 9.5 hours, but my phone decided that it didn't want to charge like normal, and we ran out of time. So that sucked, and I ended up stopping so that we could finish today. It's not what I wanted to do, but the power, like it was plugged in all day, and it just decided to not charge properly. I had no other apps open. We also lost connection twice because internet in Townsville is not amazing. But I do my best over here. But hello everybody. Who have we got so far? Sasha, Andrea, Rebecca, Deb, Marianne, and Carla. So hello everybody. Thank you for popping back. I was definitely bummed that I didn't finish it yesterday. I had plans for today. I was going to start our Christmas gift stuff, which I still might do. I'll just pick like a quick make, I think, because why not? So this is all the stuff that we need, I think, I hope. I do want to do bag feet. We're doing bag feet, obviously. Bag feet are amazing. What was I doing? No, I wasn't doing this. I was doing this. So this is going to be, this is the fabric that the lady picked. This set has already sold. The other 2 sets are up for sale on my website. If you wish to purchase them, because I thought that they were amazing. Hello and welcome back everybody. Thank you for coming back. I am so sorry you had to come back. It's not what I wanted, I promise. Not at all what I wanted. I had blocked out my day. Right now we are making, oh my god, what's it called? A cargo pocket. And the reason the machine's so loud is because this machine is not designed to do skinny fabrics. It likes the chunky stuff. But until such time as I learn how to have multiple cameras happening, which I'm going to do, and then we can do the linings on the green machine and then shuffle to this one, which will be amazing. We are stuck just being noisy, I guess. No other way to put it. We are going to snip off the corners. You want to do more than just a 45-degree angle. We'll just cut a bit more. It gets nicer corners, really. They look like little Nike ticks. I always think that when I cut them. Good morning. Hello, Helen. How goes Tasmania? So I always just shove everything in with my thumbs. I don't know why, I just do. We have this very fancy, Brymax has rainbow coloured metal chopsticks as pokey sticks. So I'm trying to use it more. I do still love my pokey stick, because with this, I have in fact stabbed through a seam. Me and metal, it's too tough or too pointy. I know that doesn't sound like it's a problem, but it absolutely is. So you have to be more careful, and I'm not a careful person. It is prettier than mine, I will absolutely give it that. But generally speaking, I am just better with my stick because you can't shove too hard. If I push just a little bit harder, I reckon I'd go through that corner, which is not what we want. I wish I had an industrial machine. You should keep an eye on buy, swap and sell. Both of my machines are second-hand, and my embroidery machine. They're all second-hand. There is nothing wrong with second-hand industrial machines. These things live forever. Get it a service, unless they just got it serviced and you can go. But yeah, no, both of my machines, actually, and the cylinder arm, were all purchased on Facebook Marketplace. And there's nothing wrong with them. So obviously you will still need to save up a bit, but amazing. Hello everybody. Welcome back everybody. Thank you for popping back. We are on the home stretch, so all we have to make is an empress, a key fob, and finish off the purse pal, of which I did cut out the bits that I was missing. But I don't think it'll take 3.5 hours. I think we'll be fine. Partly because I have zero fatigue, and partly because these just don't take that long. And the more you make a bag, the better you become at making it, like the faster, because you just know what you've got to do. And I've made so many empresses. This is the only tote that I sell, unless I'm doing like a one-off video and then I sell that video bag. Generally speaking, I only sell the Empress tote. It is a very popular pattern for me. I sell a lot of them, which is great. Oh, you had a knee replacement. That doesn't sound fun. No fun at all, in fact. My mum's had a knee replacement. Or reconstruction. It was younger, so I don't remember a lot about it, but I do remember that she had one. Now I don't pin this because I draw a line and we're good to go. As long as the bottom like stays on the line, everything works out straight and glorious. And I'm not too worried about the thread. You can back and forth in the middle because it is a stress point. But this thread is so strong, I can't snap it with my hands. So I'm really not worried about it, to be honest. Not worried at all. We've left the pocket of the Tory pocket, or the bottom of the Tory pocket open. Just because you can't sew doesn't mean you can't craft. If you have a Cricut machine, you can just switch your focus and make stuff with that. Whether it be making blanks to iron onto future bags, you could cut. Just because you can't sew, there's plenty of other things you can do. You can do embroidery. We are starting our Christmas gifts as of this week. That was the wrong seam allowance. I would like to think I'm going to start Christmas gifts today, but I can't promise that. Because I'm going to be here for a chunk of time. And this would be normally when I would start the Christmas gifts. But things that we are including in this year's Christmas gift hampers, I'm doing hampers, and I'm going to do some presents for my family, like immediate family. So my husband's into like Viking stuff. So I'm going to make him a very cool Viking HTV shirt. We are also going to make a magnesium lotion, like a hand cream, but it's got magnesium in it so that it hurts, it helps heal sore muscles. And I have put a call out in my Facebook group. I would like to pay someone to design my little sticker. So we're going to make stickers with the Cricut, but I can't do it. I tried to get AI to do it, but they just don't quite understand what I want. Like, they got close, but not what I actually want. Because what I want it to say Victoria's Apothecary, because I am Victoria, not just Tori. And then I want it to have a dragon head, because I love, or a dragon, like a small dragon. And then it needs to have a space so that I can put what's actually in all the different stuff. So it needs like a blank space. And I did try and get the AI to do it, but they failed. And it's probably maybe my fault because I wasn't as descriptive as I should be. And then it's like, oh, you have run out of free images for 24 hours. So I kind of gave up, not gonna lie. So I think it might just be easier to pay someone to design me a basic label, and then I can use in the Cricut thing to just add the words I need. Because we can't all be good at everything, and I am trying very hard to make peace with that sentence, alright? It's hard for me because it's crafty and I should be able to do it, but it's computer digital crafty, which is the most thing that I struggle with. Ooh, that makes you part Viking. How fabulous. Alright, what do we got? All the pieces. Let's get all the bits. Actually, and we might actually wait a sec. We should probably sew the foam on. Oh, yes. So this is going to be a fabulous bag, guys. So I found some cool shirts on, I think it was AliExpress, and they were $20-something, and it's literally just a black shirt with a thing. And I'm like, I can do that. So we've got options. We could either pay a local person to make us like a DTF iron-on, but we're going to actually just use the Cricut because the whole design I saw that was cool was white. So like I could just get white HTV and bam. I am not a good Viking. I get seasick. I also get seasick. But maybe you're like the stay-at-home farming Viking. That was a thing. Only some of them went around pillaging and stuff, didn't they? Now, obviously you can if you want to iron these together. I've recently started just basting them though because I like it. And also, I am obviously putting it in the seam allowance so that I can baste it. This pattern does come with your bag foam piece where you don't have to have it in the seam allowance. So for those on a domestic machine, you just cut that piece for your foam, iron it on, good to go. I feel like doing it this way today, so that's what we're doing. But you can, of course, do it the original way. It has the foam out of the seam allowance, so this is domestic friendly. Because I understand that not everybody has a beast. The screen machine is amazing. So we're going to put both of these on. And as you can see, I did not do a great job of cutting the foam, but what do you do? These things happen and I'm really not that worried about it, to be totally honest. I'm pinning it because I have found that sometimes it gets a bit wonky donkey. So a couple of clicks here and there definitely happen. Always faster on straight, baby. So that's eliminated some big pieces for me, and I'm good. Now, I did do this morning, but I've cut out the accent panel from the original, and that is what we're going to stick on the bag, like so. Is that not fantastic? But first, we require double-sided tape. because I don't want it moving. This stuff is stretchy. We don't want to play that game. I spent all my money on a Brother Lumiere. I should have bought an industrial. Okay, but you can do the most amazing t-shirts because I know for a fact that that has a really big hoop. You should absolutely make the men in your life custom embroidered shirts for Christmas. My 8x12 hoop is broken and I've priced it to get a new one and they're like $150. So I'm not in a hurry because I don't think I get $150 use out of it. But if you've already got it and you've got the big hoop, I made one year, I know I've told this story before, but we're going to tell it again. I have made, for Christmas one year, I went and got all blank Kmart shirts and I made inappropriate Christmas shirts for all of the men in my life, like friends, family, everyone. So I went to Urban Threads and I got they've got like a Santa pack where there's a ninja Santa and a zombie Santa and a space cadet Santa and all those ones, right? So I got all of those and then I just wrote with like embroidery fonts. I just wrote it out myself. Very inappropriate stuff. Because I thought I was funny. So there was like a pirate Santa covered in tattoos and he stands like this. And on that one I wrote, Santa stopped at 3 hoes, I didn't. Because it's funny. And that just went to a friend. And so they all got these ridiculously glorious Christmas shirts. And I loved it and they loved it and it was cheap to do because blank shirts in Australia are like, what, $5? It cost me $5 plus the embroidery patterns and some thread, but not even a lot of thread. Anyway, so I did a lot of inappropriate ones. It wasn't just that one. I am in the towers. Ooh, that's cool. If I could digitize, well, I know we've had this hypothetical, but I would totally do an embroidered Viking shirt for my husband. But I don't have time to learn, and I'd still have to learn to digitally draw, which is currently my issue, so let's not play that game. But the point still remains that, like, Christmas shirts, they don't have to be rude. I do rude because they're harder to find. But you could do something that they love. You could do like an amazing shirt. You could go and buy a basic button-up shirt and then embroider a back piece. That's a fun Christmas gift, and technically I'm still classifying that as handmade because making a shirt with fabric from a shop is more expensive than buying a Kmart shirt. And it's not, I understand it's not about the money, but it's also about time. Why make a shirt that costs you $50 when you can buy a $10 shirt from Kmart that's just as good, just so you can embroider on it anyway? You know? I mean, each to their own, obviously, but that's my stance on it. You have to go a bit slower with this so it doesn't stretch. This is from Urban Threads. This is what she picked. She does beautiful, so we've done a barter swapsy. She makes beautiful artwork, which I have a few pieces, and I got a mug and it's got a dragon on it, and I'm so happy. I don't even drink hot drinks, but I have my cold chocolate milk in my mug, and it's amazing. So she does beautiful artwork, and so we're swapping a bag for some artwork, and then I'm making a 5-piece set because I can. I don't think that this would look as good in a 4x4 little one, which is why we have only done this design. I bought the biggest size, and that's what we've put on here. But if you wanted to, you could buy the big size and the little size and then add it to all the other stuff as well, depending on what kind of set you're doing. But because I'm using a printed vinyl, I think that this works out great. You also notice I'm going really slowly. It is because this is going to move, and it has been moving, and I'm trying to get it as even as flat as possible so that we don't see any puckers or anything. Right? Amazing. I can also see a thread, and that was annoying me, and there was another one over here. I only had 2 thread breaks for this entire design, and it's 30,000 stitches. For anyone that wants to know. Okay. I'm going to put that aside and now do all the bigger bits. I've got strapping. These are like the fiddly bits I have. So this is the inner part of the bag. So we can sew these together. And then it's down to one piece. I'm all about eliminating pieces. It just makes it easier. Now because this is smooth, you need to add a clip or it moves while you're trying to sew it. It's a bit of a jerk like that. So we're just going to clip it. And then we're going to lay it flat, make sure there's no twisty bits. So we don't want that either. And then we're going to sew it. And I'm going to chain sew both sides because I can. Stitch, back stitch. See, even that slipped a little bit at the end. Jerk. Chain stitching is your friend. Right, I'll put that down there. Handles. Top zipper. Oh, apparently I hadn't decided which handles I wanted. And that is our key fob. So we could probably do this one right now. I'm like, what's the extra bit for? It's the key fob. So for anyone that wants to know, this is 14 by 2 inches, which is exactly the size of my middle ruler. I designed it to be the perfect ruler for key fobs. Bam. Only 22 minutes late. That's okay. Technically, I'm hours late because my stupid phone didn't hold its charge. So rude. So rude. I'm so annoyed. I don't think you understand. I know you guys all don't mind. I mind. It was supposed to be a 12-hour challenge, and my phone dropped the ball. So I'm going to go today and get the port cleaned because I'm assuming that it's a dirty port and that's why it wasn't charging properly. So rude, though. I'm good, thank you, Anna. And hello, Jill. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to rub it against the edge of the table. Makes a nice crease. Pruning is the best way to sew. Ooh. It just cut my thread, but not deliberately. Hello, Tammy. Welcome, welcome. I have also released some more videos today. I had a market stall one, and I didn't realize I hadn't released it to you all. So we've done that. And my new tufting gun that I got. You saw me do my first ever rug. Turns out, so long as you get like 2 threads of yarn in it, work like a charm. Now, over here, I have a separate container for key fob stuff. This is mainly just because I get sick of having so much stuff all the time. So we have here, and here's one I've prepared earlier. I have put a 1/2 inch clip on it. So we could use that one. Or we can just start from the start. I've also got this for pom-poms, although I don't know where my container of pom-poms is right this second, but we do tend to hang a pom-pom off it. and then we do a tassel. So I put all of the stuff in all of the colors in a separate box, so when I feel like doing key fobs I can just smash through them, because I don't always make them match a bag. Sometimes I just make them because I want to. So this is a new thing I like to do, but I'm going to put them together, start in the middle, and then back stitch and forward stitch, just to hold them together, because when I put it in here, sometimes they like to move, because again with the slipperiness. So now it can't move because I have stitched it together. And then we just take our pliers. If you don't have these pliers, I do know for a fact that you can get a version of these that go in your cam press. And then you want to try and squish it as hard as you can. And that will ensure that it actually holds on to everything. I also have a thread sticking out, so not cool. It might be better to melt it at this stage. So this set is not for sale because obviously it's for someone. But yesterday's sets are up on my website if anybody wanted to purchase them. And then after this, I am going to go and see if I can get a power bank, which was the whole reason we did this. And then this goes on here, right? And so then we'll have a tassel and a pom-pom and a key fob. I will get up and have a look for them soon. I've already watched them, lol, guess I've been stalking. I love it! I like to try new stuff. Now, I've got some options here. We can make, I think, handles out of this, and I can cut this down to be a strip, but this stuff's stretchy, so I'm not sure that I want to do that either. So many options. Cutting too much at once makes me do stupid things like this where I've cut two lots of handles. It's fine. So what I'll do is I'll use this to cut out the little bits I need because I haven't cut them. It'll all work out in the end. The rug, it was a bit messy, but it is fun to do. I'm trying to find an alternative to the Ada cloth, which is the cross-stitch cloth, because in Townsville, that stuff's expensive. So I want to try it with Hessian. Because we glue the whole base of it anyway, I'm thinking that the Hessian might work just fine for what I need. I mean, I could be wrong. Has been known to happen, believe it or not. But no, the tufting gun is fun. I like that it's a nice big frame. Yeah, I always cut out the wrong stuff. Sometimes I miss stuff. It happens. It's fine. I'm not really all that worried, to be totally honest with you. We all make mistakes. It's not the end of the world. I can still use up the stuff. So this will probably become, because it's 2 inches wide, it can become more key fobs where I put like an accent color on it. Really not worried. It won't go to waste, let's put it that way. I also need to cut D-ring holders, so that'll come out of that too. It'll be fine. I don't know why I do that and like say it's so high. Whatever, it's fine. Oh, shake, shake, shake the room. Oh yeah, my brain's apparently already doing that today. I'm cutting off the jump stitch. Handles are done. I still think my I've done very well in our makings. This video won't be 3 hours long. I reckon I'll finish it up before the 3 hours. Or I think I've got 2.5 hours left for the official challenge. But I feel like I'm cheating because I've had a rest. I maybe would have still got it done because the key fob took a whole 5 minutes. I have a box somewhere that has all the pom-poms in it. I bought a bunch of coloured pom-poms, and then I also bought like a 20 pack of just black. Because of the market I'm doing and black clothes with everything, I bought a lot of black. And this set will absolutely be getting a black pom-pom because it absolutely matches with the aesthetic. Other colours would go with this though is like a mustard, a brown. You could even do like pick up the blue colour. So these are not this bag, but the key fobs I sell for $15. So you get a pom-pom, a tassel, and the key fob part. And they do sell at that price, which is amazing. Just if anybody's interested. I don't know what that translates to in American, but, you know. In Australia, I sell, like, the set. So it'll look cool when it's all here, but I sell the set for $15. And then it'll match the bag. Or you can I just sell them on their own. So sometimes I'll cut out 2 or 3 of these and then do a different colour pom-pom, a different colour tassel, different hardware, and they look different, even though it's all basically the same stuff. Hiya! Because I forgot to cut these out. It happens. And then we need this. These are for my D-rings. So again, I use one size D-ring for everything these days. It is 5/8 of an inch or 15 mil. Sometimes they come up as 16 mil, depending on where you're buying them, just in case you wanted to know that. They are adorably cute and little. Right? Look at them. So cute. Because the whole point of a D-ring is just to attach a swivel clip. So long as it'll hold the swivel clip, you're pretty good to go. That bit's rubbish. So this second one will become another key fob for another pattern or another set or whatever. So I don't really waste all that much, even though I accidentally cut it. It's more, one strap's already been used in other things, so it's fine. It's fine. I do not have all of my snacks with me today, because I figure I won't be here that long. I've literally just got to make an empress and finish up a purse part, which is 80% done. Or maybe 70%, but still like over halfway. 8 o'clock is expensive. I know. And because it's not that I'm wasting so much, but I cut the shape out, so there is a lot of wastage unless I'm going to start cross-stitching, and I don't like that. So I thought maybe a hessian cloth or some kind of loose weaved fabric. I'm going to try out a few things, and I'll probably record it so that I can give you a very honest answer as to what does and doesn't work. Because it would be useful to know if you can get other things that are cheaper in the long run. Because the cheaper the base, the more affordable it would be if I wanted to sell them. Or even just make them as gifts, like all of these things. Now, why am I stitching this so much? The stitching will help prevent the stretching. And the fact that I'm using a walking foot machine also helped prevent the stretching while I was stitching. So you can see that it hasn't got twistiness going on. If you ever find that it is kind of twisting like this, all you have to do is twist it in the opposite direction and then pull on it, and it should straighten. Oh, now I've done it. It should straighten itself out. I have shown that in other videos, especially on the green machine. As much as the Teflon foot is amazing, sometimes it does still cause twistiness to happen. So to prevent such things, well, it's not prevent, but to fix it, you just twist it in the opposite direction and pull. And I don't know why it works, but it does. All right. You're so cruisy, Tori. I mean, maybe. I'm still fairly high strung, but like in a positive way, so it's fine. We're also going to add, I have a bunch of these. These are heart little hooks. So we're going to add this into the bag, which will be some of that other fabric actually, so that you can attach your keys to it and have them hanging. I haven't missed it. It happens soon, but not yet. It goes between the top half and bottom half of the layers. It'll be fine. Right, so they're ready. Set them aside. Bring this back. Probably only need a 1/2 inch, but you know what? That'll actually go in there fine. So I'll just go cut another piece of that. So this is my 1 1/4 inch. This is part of the 3 set rulers that I created. Love them, just FYI. So this one is as wide as zipper tape. It also works perfectly to be half the width of these. That was a fluke, but a happy one. And I love using 1 size D-rings. When I first started, I thought, I didn't even think about it, and you probably haven't either, but when I first started making bags, whatever D-ring size the pattern told me, I was like, oh my God, I have to have that size because the pattern said so. And now that I'm older and wiser, it is merely a suggestion and not a rule. So everything gets the little ones. Because sometimes a big D-ring won't fit, but the little ones always fit, is the way I'm looking at that. You can look at it however you like. So long as it works for you, you're good to go. Really. See, and already we've used up most all of that second strap that I accidentally cut. It all works out. And even if you wanted to, you could, out of this, cut a zipper overlay. Like if you accidentally cut it wrong. And then that's most of that gone. So I've cut this 8 inches by 1 1/4 inches. And I'm telling you because it's not part of the pattern. We're just adding it in because I can't follow a pattern to save myself. Honestly, like if it come to follow the pattern exactly or pass out and die, I would probably do the second one by accident because I don't follow patterns. Nobody tells me what to do. Now, I'm going to fold this in half again and do 2 lots of stitching. If you wanted to, you could just fold it over directly in half and do like an open edge. That would also work, but I'm here now and apparently my brain wants to do it this way. You can do it both ways. How many items did you get to make before you stopped yesterday? So I've only got 3, so I got 12. 12 of the 15 items I got done yesterday. So all I have left is Empress, the key fob, which I technically just made, and the rest of Purse Pal because I got half of that done as well. I got pretty close to being done. And we're back stitching because it's pretty. And because we want the stitches locked in. So I got the whole Tribbiani travel set done. I got the whole gym set done. And I got half of this. So the bits I got done of this yesterday was the raccoon case, which is for Sunnies, a Devon pouch because adorable, And I got all of the card slots and the zipper done for the purse pal. So I've just got to make this part and put the press studs in and then sew the final bit together. So I got, you know, over halfway. Ah yes, everybody, please make sure that you like the live. I used it as a bit of a gauge to see how many people actually showed up yesterday. Probably not everybody liked it, but we had about 110 people in total, and people just kind of come and went, and that's why it was hard to tell. And that's why I wanted everyone to like the video that popped in, just so I could see how many visitors we actually had. So I'm just stitching down the middle, right? And that will now hold it on and be amazing. And I will judge how long I want it in a minute. You don't want it too long because the keys are going to hang off it, but you don't want it too short because then you can't kind of move it around and get to it easy. So this is the bag, right? Obviously, this is the bag. So I'm going to put this kind of over here. I don't want it so long, so it's too long. But I'm going to have it, and I'm eyeballing it, and it's going to, the bottom of the heart is going to line up with the bottom of the zip, because I said so. Which makes that 1, 2, 3 inches, pretty much. Just chop off the excess, like so. And then throw it in the bin. And then, so we're going to have a zipper in the middle, so I really want to put it quite over to the side, and we're just going to baste it in there. And then I don't have to think about it again, right? Basting is your friend, because set it, forget it. Done. Last night mine said 135. See, that's fantastic. Maybe I was wrong. I could have been wrong. It has been known to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it or not. Who is the designer of the Devon? It is Sotak. So Sotak. You can find the pattern on Etsy. It does come in 2 sizes. I think that was the big size because it's got the boxy bottom. The little size is just like a flat pouch. But all the options, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to put our D-rings in here. Now, if your machine can't handle sewing over this seam, because I'm now sewing through like a lot of layers of vinyl. If your machine can't handle this, go 1 inch to the right or the left, sew it, and then flip it over and do exactly the same on the other side. So it'll be slightly off, like center at the side, but so long as it's even, it will hold the bag evenly. So if your machine can't sew through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers of vinyl, because that's what I'm currently doing, don't. It's that simple. Just don't do it. You can rivet your D-rings on, or, and I'm not going to do it for obvious reasons, but I'll show you to line it up. So this is the side seam, and you can't handle all those layers. You just move it to there and sew it there, and then you would do the same on this side, move it so it's on the opposite piece and the same measurement, and that would still work without having to sew through all the layers. Sometimes the green machine couldn't handle doing this, so I would move it over. And I don't think I've ever mentioned that, but it is absolutely a feasible option if you can't sew through this many layers of vinyl. Because as always, I am not the boss of you. I'm also going to need to check who won bingo yesterday. Right, that's that bit done. Oh, we don't have many pieces left, guys. I need to do handle connectors on the bag and a zipper, and then we're pretty much done. Join it together. Where is the zipper tape is the new question. Haha! I was in and out all day. I ended up buying a cheap basic brother and lined my first granny tote. That's awesome! The sewing drought is over after a year. Huzzah! Alright, so this is how I very professionally measure how much zipper tape. I guess you could, you know, do it better. I'm not going to stop you, but that's how I'm going to do it. I don't need any more zipper tape for this bag. That is it. What I do need is a rubber band to fold this up and put it away. I did do a bit of tidying up yesterday. It turns out I missed the bin a lot, so I picked up most, but not all of the tails that I had chopped off. It happens. We can't all be cool. And even though I've got a fairly large bin, apparently I still missed. Happens all the time. So I try and pick up as much as I can by hand, and then I will come in and vacuum up the rest. Like when I say I missed a lot, I'm talking like there was 50 tails on the floor. I'm not even exaggerating. I could just like, I swished my hands around, picked them up, had a whole handful of tails. Sometimes when I sweep them, I miss, and that's okay. Oh, don't need that anymore. To fix a sewing slump, you just have to make something that you want to make for no other reason than you want to make it. And if it's a waste of fabric, it doesn't matter. If it gets you your sojo back, it's worth it. Or maybe you moved on to another craft. Lots of people thought that I was leaving sewing for my laser, but it's just that I got very involved because I love it. I'm not leaving sewing, but I'm also no longer going to leave laser. And I understand that those videos are not for everyone, but I enjoy doing them, and it's my channel, I do what I want. Little bit. Try nail file to sharpen scissors. I will. Yeah, I don't have a sore throat today. I'm totally fine. So I don't know. It just popped in to say hello and then left just as quickly, which I appreciate. I don't enjoy sore throats at all, especially when I'm going to talk for 12 hours. So after I got off here, I went and read another book and then went to bed. Made my child dinner, obviously. Not that I was going to make it if I was doing the live. Hubby was going to do it. But since I had to get off, I made dinner and then went and read a book. Went to bed. Passed out. It's probably the more appropriate word. I don't actually remember trying to go to sleep. It just happened. I don't have interfacing on this. I probably should have. Such as life. Right? I'm not even going to let it bother me. Whatever. Should be right. Oh my god, stop it! But no, if you're here watching and you do digital design, please flick me an email and let me know how much it would cost to design like an apothecary label that I can go print off. Because I want one. Alright, we are going to, I do this differently now. I found a cheats way around it. So I'm going to mark one end of the zipper. And you'll see why in a minute. You just need to. So, the end I didn't mark is going to go right sides against here. And I'm just going to put this all the way to the end. Now this is not for everyone. I get it. It's fine. Whatever. But I worked out because I sew... When you kink the zipper, you are not then meant to sew over this bit. This is meant to be like freestanding and you sew past it. But I've never done that. And so this way turns out to be easier because I'm going to sew over the end of the zip anyway. I just tried it one day because my brain couldn't understand why we're folding it if we sew over it. It turns out it's because you're not meant to. But I solved my own problems. I do love this machine. Secondhand on Facebook Marketplace. Keep a look around. Not everything has to be new. And as fun as new things are, new to me is just as good to me. Right? Even if it was a brand new machine, I still would have painted it black. But now I feel less bad because it did not cost like half the price it normally would. but I absolutely would have done exactly the same thing to it because it's amazing. Ugh, my printer decided it didn't want to print the free patterns I downloaded. Well, that's just rude. Stupid printers. Have you guys all heard of the joke about the band Rage Against the Machine? They never tell you what machine, but we all assume it's a printer. It's so true. Alright, stitch, back stitch. I am going to stitch twice over the zipper out of habit, just to make sure it doesn't like fall off or something. Nobody wants that. Everything here is stretching out of shape, just FYI. Being a jerk. I don't like it. So anyway, no bent over end, and then still... Oh! Problem solved. It hurt my brain that we were doing an extra step that wasn't necessary. Now this, you don't do it this way if you're going to sew past the zipper. Then you have to do the bend. But I just saved myself 5 minutes fiddling with the zipper when I don't want to. Gonna run out of bobbin thread in a minute. It just creates a bit of a curve there, but I'm not mad about that either. And you always sew the open edge together first. It just ensures that everything is then going to sit evenly. It makes it easier. Ugh, stop it. Did you see that? Everything just shifted when I tried to put it under the machine. Jerk. I am literally revving it. I don't even care. It's fun. Stitch the zip part twice, just to ensure it's not going to fall off. Because my paranoia is real. Not that it will. This thread is insane. But still. So again, we're going to do the open end first. What this does is lines it up. So when we pull on this, both the top and the bottom will be even. Because how many times have we stitched this side first and then the other side is not even? I've done it. I'll be the first to admit it. I've absolutely done it. So this, now I can put one hand here and one hand against the teeth, pull them apart, and it's sitting evenly and flat. Which means nothing's pulling underneath. Bam! All of my sewing machines are from the early 1900s and a couple from the 70s. That's cool. Those ones are stronger. If you have access to an older machine, you'll probably find it works like this one. All the new machines are carbon fiber parts, not metal. That's why they don't weigh as much, but it's also why they don't last forever. The gears eventually wear away because they are carbon fiber. The useless crap, I know. I couldn't quite hear what you wanted on your label. So I want an apothecary, like old school, you know, like witchy vibe. I want it like a greenish background, not like the brown paper. Pretend the paper was green, that kind of a look. I want it to have a dragon or a dragon head. I'm pretty open to options. I need it to say Victoria's Apothecary, and then I need a blank space where I can put magnesium lotion and beard oil and like all the things. So I have like one label for everything. Because I can't design it myself. I tried. Well, when I say I tried to get ChatGPT to do it. And then I went looking online for other websites that offer free AI, and it's not free, and they want you to pay $12, and it was just a big going around in circles. So, always start with the zipper side. I want my zippers to be both. So we're going to just lay that on here and tack it in place. I am happy to pay for the skill of somebody designing the label because I can't do it. And there's just turns out there really are limits to my powers. And one day I am going, no, I want Victoria's Apothecary. We're going to use my full name because it sounds creepier, basically. I'm going for like a bit of a creepy vibe without being too creepy. Like a witch in the woods kind of a vibe is what I was going for. Without skull and crossbones because they're not poisonous. I'm also going to take the tail, clip it to itself so we don't accidentally stitch it in anywhere because been there, done that. Alright, we're going to turn this one inside out and then pop it in, and then we're going to line up the sides. More clips, all the clips of the universe. I like to do the two end ones first. And then pull tight and add it into the other clips. If you need to, you can also like find the center of this piece. When you first start making this bag, it might seem easier to do it that way. Totally fine. But no, I did get the ChatGPT to do one, but they made the dragon too big and my name too big, and then the area that I wanted too small, if that makes sense. Because like you need to be able to read what's in the bottle. Nobody actually, like I'm not actually starting an apothecary to sell. This is all just like gifting. But I want what I want. And I can't do it. Alright, round we go. That's a thick bit, so you might want to slow down there. Oh no, I think I just stuffed up, guys. We're going to finish sewing all the way around, but I have a sneaking suspicion I just botched it and we're going to have to unpick. So annoying. When we get back to the stuff, oh. Well, I didn't botch it, but we totally ran out of thread. What's the word? Oh my god, I can't think. It's fine. Everything's fine. This should be the last one though. It's easier to make individual elements in ChatGPT than manually put them together. Oh, maybe I should try it that way then. I have very basic design skills. It's easier to get the look you're going for. Hello, Maria. Welcome, welcome. I just sewed, you know, a really big seam with no thread. Good job, me. Huh. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's all going pretty well, actually. We're over halfway through the bag, and we've only been here for an hour. Alright, we have to go back and clip the zipper exactly where we need it. The rest of the stuff kind of just falls in line. So we're going to go over the last few stitches because obviously they are not locked in. Boom. Thank you. Okay, so that's the lining nearly done. We just got to top stitch it actually. So I'm going to top stitch it at 1/8 of an inch with the zipper facing up. And make sure we're not stitching the rest of the bag either. I've done that before too. And we're going to stitch our little thing down. Because we've added that into this seam, but we want to stitch it facing down, not up. Back to the start, back stitch. You can also pull it through and tie it off if you want to, but nobody's going to notice. Okay. So that's the inside, all done. The outside just needs handles. And I do have some strap connectors here. Oh. Put this away so it's out of my way. Off the floor is always fantastic. Alright, bag feet and strap connectors. Now this, because it's stretchy, I'm going to put some of this binding on there so that it's stronger. You want it to go all the way up and pretty much all the way down so that you're stitching it in that bottom seam as well. In a perfect world, that will give us the stability that we need. Rivets wouldn't hurt either if you wanted to do those. The hardest bit is making the double-sided tape let go of its backing at the moment. So, line it up at the top, bring it down, drop it. So it went a little bit past, so then we're just going to like curve that bit so you don't see it. Problem solved. That will just make it stronger, less stretchy, last longer. You could also do like hidden strap connectors. So many options, guys. I'll trim it off in a minute. I love my spiderweb mat. I love the mat. It is over being used. Not bad for my first ever mat. I've never touched a tufting gun in my life. I think I did very well. I like to show you like first impressions of me using stuff. I try and do that these days. I try and do that in all of my videos as much as possible. I don't try and play with it and then come on camera. I give you like my genuine first, not reaction, reaction's the wrong word, but like first time playing with it to show you how hard it is, really. So the tufting gun, as soon as I worked out to put 2 strands of yarn in instead of just 1, life got infinitely easier. But I still kept all of that like first part that I sucked at in because it's a good teachable moment. Actually, I need more of this, don't I? And considering I also can't draw, I think I did great because I absolutely cannot draw. I tried to do a straight spiderweb and still failed. Such is life. I do now understand why everybody that has them has a projector to get the design up that you want. But it's cool. I made it work. We got there. If I was going to make rugs as part of my business permanently, I would absolutely get a projector. No ifs, buts, or maybes. I feel like it would be needed. Now, I did this wrong. I don't tend to like putting tape on my hardware, but it's happened, so we're doing it. Sorry to ask, but what are you placing in strap connectors? So this is just binding. Because my vinyl that I'm using is stretchy, and I don't want it to be stretchy, I've placed binding on the back, and that's gonna basically make these stronger. You can use any color, like if you've got bright yellow, you're not gonna see it, but it's just acting as a strengthening agent for my otherwise very stretchy vinyl. Because obviously I don't want these stretching out of shape and then breaking, because this is the vinyl we're using. Watch this. What? It's quite stretchy. So another option would be is you could iron on some interfacing on the back. This is quicker with less ironing. And normally I don't put tape where I put my hardware, because I don't like the fact that it's going to collect dirt, because it will, I can promise you that. But like, we're cool. And so now, look, this is not stretchy anymore. I can't stretch that because binding or webbing or whatever you want to put in there is not stretchy. So it's, and I've made sure it goes all the way to the bottom, so I'm going to stitch it at the bottom and the top, makes it hold it stronger. All the things, ladies and gentlemen, all of the things. Now, we are going to use something erasable to draw where I'm going to put these. I don't want to go over my, whatever this is called. My brain's having a brain fart. So, we are going to go, just so I don't, I'm changing the size of this, so I'm going to tell you, but we're going to do it at 5.5 and then 2.5 down. That's where it's going, and they'll stick on, so we can just do it. I'm also saying it out loud because it'll be easier for my brain to remember. So 2.5 and 5.5, like that, and then line it up at the edge and stick it down. And again, it's stuck there, so I'm going to do both sides. I do frill motion quilt, and I found that I can quilt much neater than I can draw. That's awesome. I can't draw at all, guys, like at all. Have I ever showed you how badly I draw? Because I'll show you, because it's funny. Right, I design beautiful bags, cannot draw them at all. I see all these other people that do beautiful, like 3D, fancy group sketching, all the things, no deal. Okay, line it up, boom. I'll show you my drawing because you're gonna laugh, and you'll be like, how the hell did you get from that picture to that bag? Let me find a picture, hold on. This is my designing book, so it's in here somewhere. Oh, there's one. Wait, I saw it. Where did it go? There's a beautiful drawing of something that I theoretically designed. How bad is that? The bag came out beautiful. My drawing was atrocious. I've got worse. This is not a new thing. This is just how it is. Sometimes I don't even bother drawing it. I just write down all the things. And now I've got another one in here. Oh, this one's not so bad. This is how I designed Possum Pouch. That is my very fancy drawing. That one's not as bad. Oh, here we go. This is my drawing for the quokka. That's how I draw. Like, it's terrible. Atrocious. But the bags always come out great, so it's fine. I can't be good at everything, and drawing is the thing that I suck at the most. My child's pretty good at drawing, though. Better than me. Okay, so we also don't want to change the bag first. But no, I'm terrible at drawing. I'm more about visualizing it in my head. Where's the foot? Oh no. Where's the foot? I need the foot. Oh, there it is. It's hiding amongst all my black bobbins because I insisted on applying black bobbins. Your phone's notification is turned on. It's buzzing. Oh, is it? Sorry. Let's see if I can fix it from here. I cannot. I can't fix it from here, so we're just going to have to suffer through, and I'm very sorry. I thought it was on silent. It must be on vibrate. But I can't change it from here without going offline. And nobody needs that, do we? No, we do not. Okay, so the reason we're doing the half foot is so I can get closer to the hardware up here. Look at me going slowly and carefully. Boom! Shake the road. Nice and close to the hardware. I'm sorry, I can't fix the notifications. There are limits to my mad skills. Alright, strap connectors. The back ones. Slowly around the curves. But again, I'm hitting the bottom and the top of this binding. So basically the vinyl is now like a pretty window dressing because the binding is the bit that's actually holding the handles on. And I'm okay with that. Always go faster on straight bits. You can always pull it through and tie it off. I'm back stitching because I want to. Okay, and then give them a tug. Make sure that they're not going to stretch. They're really not. We're good. So, the last thing I need to do is add a tag. I don't think I want to put it on the front. I think it's going to take away from the beautiful bird. I don't want to take away from the beautiful bird. And I can't put it down there. That's too low and too close to the base. I could put it there, but again, it's drawing focus. I don't want to draw focus. I want them to know it's my bag, but not that I think I'm the most important thing about my bag. So I'm going to put it on this side. Solves that problem, really. Especially for like a custom order. You're not the most important thing. What the customer wants is the most important thing. Yeah, knife. On the connector. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's cool. We're totally doing that. It's a fun idea. It's something I haven't done before. I like it. So I like to just kind of stab the holes and then start at the bottom, push a knife through. Hiya! See, my brain can't come up with everything. But that was a brilliant idea. Now I'm still on the front without taking away from Mr. Crow. Ugh, bend him over. And then sometimes, if you can manage it, get the pliers in there and really give it a squish. I don't think I can manage it from here. Bugger. That's okay. Still good. Right. Let's join the sides. So you do the top, the bottom, and then everything else in between will just fit. They are the same size. And if you're making the original, you won't have foam in your seam. This machine loves the thickness, so I'm not worried. That's kind of why I do it. This machine prefers thicker things to thinner stuff. One day, I'm either going to speak to someone that, oh, that one's broken. Oh, thought that was not going to go in the bin then, and then it bounced back. Love it. We need to go back to the other foot because you need the extra grip. You just don't do it on the other bits. I know it's a pain to switch them back and forth, but you get a better end result, and that's what we care about the most, right? I'm going to have to make myself more summer pants. I really like sewing in pants. It's just my jam. That was way too much backstitching, guys. Way too much. Ridiculous. Don't do that. Better. Not that it matters, it's just a waste. You know? Okay, bag feet. We're so close to being done. It's exciting. I like my big ruler for this, and just any old pen will do. Now I make up my bag feet for the most part, but for this particular bag we always do at least 1.5 inches in from the edge, and then your feet can kind of adjust from here. So today I'm going to do 3 inches from the end. Sometimes I do 3.5. It depends on what I feel like on the day, as ridiculous as that sounds. Different bags, I make up different things. Who's going to stop me? And then, where the lines intersect is where your bag feet go. And if you want to put one right in the middle, you draw a line from there to there and do a crosshatch, and then the middle will show itself. Could you do a center divider pocket? Oh, I mean, not today. But do you want it to join into the base or like a free floating one? Free floating ones are super easy. It's when you have two separate compartments that we get a little bit more dramatic. But I absolutely could make that happen. Yes. The answer is yes, you can. But a free floating one that's just like a middle divider that'll divide your big stuff, but little stuff joins, like flows through the bottom, is easier than an actual divider. But I absolutely could design a divider for this bag. Yes. It's all just maths. I know I say that a lot, but it really is. But yes, I could design that. Is that something that lots of people want, or am I just doing it for you? Or do you want me to do it and design? I want to design, Quest is going to be a tote, because it has to, because of all the crap I want to put in it. So I could do it for Quest, but Quest probably won't have like a base like this. Unless I took Empress as the base for Quest and then did dramatic things to it. But then I feel like, see, the reason Quest hasn't happened is because I want you to want to buy it. I could take one of my base patterns, like I could take Empress as a base, and then I could just do lots of crazy stuff to it as the Quest, where we add this, add that. I could do a divider, I could do a top zip, I could do a fully enclosed top zip, we could do a flap. Like I could add a million different things and turn it to Quest, but I still feel like people are going to grumble at me because the base is still just Empress shaped. So that's why I haven't done it yet, because I'm like, do I need to design new measurements and then do all of these crazy add-ons? Because my brain's got like a lot of add-ons, and it shall be glorious. Make no mistake about that. But the base shape is what, like, which is obviously where I need to start, but the base shape that I'm going to do for Quest is where I'm hitting a wall. My brain's got all the ideas for all the different stuff we're going to put in the pattern. That stuff is mentally already mapped out because it will go in most bags. The problem is the original base shape of the tote. Like, do we want an oval base? Do we want a square base? I'm going to design it so you can do the base or you can box the bottom. Like, the pattern's going to have both options, but I still need to pick a base shape to start with, if that makes sense to anyone at all. Maybe I'm just rambling. But that's why Quest isn't done, because I need to pick a shape that people aren't going to look at it and be like, oh, you just stole that from the other pattern. Because I absolutely could take Empress, right? But then we'll do it as an option. Part of the option of the pattern will be, there'll be a boxy bag. There'll be a bottom accent. There's going to be 2 shapes of bottom accent. There's going to be a whole myriad of designs for the inside as far as different pocket options. We'll do a divider. Like, I can do all these things, but there's already an add-on for Empress. And I don't want you to feel like you're being gypped out of your money. And that's literally it. But I love Empress, so I'm finding it really hard to pick something that's not Empress. And therein lies my problem. Like, I could make just a new shape, like a new rectangle, but I'd still want to have this as an option, and then you'll have a straight option. The whole point of Quest is to have a gazillion options, and my pattern testers are probably going to hate me for it. But my brain has ideas. We are limited by my guilt at the moment, because I don't want you to just think that I'm just ripping you off with another add-on for Empress, because it would be a lot of stuff. Like a lot. And the divider would be done for both the round base and the boxy bottom. So like the options would come for all things. And it would basically be a how to alter bag patterns you already own for the future. In all future things, right? And Empress is a great tote size. I love Empress. But all the changes that I'm going to do, it might not necessarily look like an Empress anymore. So yes, I can turn that curvy into a pocketness. We can absolutely do that. I will turn it into, one option will be a slip pocket, one option will be a zipper pocket. Like, I can do all of these things. because my brain always has these ideas. So many ideas. And so what I would need to do is when I release that pattern, there will be lots of, like, it wouldn't just be 1 2-hour video. It will be like a lot of little videos on how to do each section. Really? Always dramatic, aren't you? That last curve is always dramatic. The clips always let go. I don't know why. Because it hates me. It's fine. We'll add more clips and then just sew it from the top to bottom. Who needs... Yeah, so it'll be a playlist. But it can't be called Empress. It has to be called The Quest. Because you're going on a quest and you've got to pick all the side quests that you do. So there'll be side quests. Why? Why? Okay. That's achieved. I'm just checking my base, making sure it actually looks good. We should always check these things. Yeah, so all of the options to tweak it and make it look totally different will be written, whatever base shape we do, but you can take 90% of what I'm going to tell you and then add it to any bag. Tori will do all the options of the universe. I will. Like, this pattern's going to take ages to write because you're going to have, you're not just going to have like 3 pocket options. There's going to be like 7 pocket options and you can pick and choose which ones will fit according to what you want to do. There will be closure options. There will be strap options. There will be accents. There will be boxy bag or use the actual base. There will be how to make the bag taller and or shorter. There will be, like, this pattern's going to be a beast, right? But I need a base shape. And I really like Empress, and that's why my brain can't get past it. I love this shape. We'll be doing different types of strap connectors. We will have straight ones and angled ones and a curvy one and invisible strap connectors and no handles where you just have a crossbody strap. We'll turn it into a backpack. Like, this is going to be the pattern to own because it's going to have everything. My daughter asked for a diaper bag with 2 divided areas and the center would be for her wallet and each side would be each of her kids. Oh, I love that. So if we all conclusively are okay with me using Empress as the base for Quest, please, if you have, what is it? What do they say? Please speak now or forever hold your peace, right? Because I can probably eventually come up with like another shape. Enter Tori's brain parade. I've had a long time to think about this, right? I need you all to tell me now if you're not okay with me using Quest. Otherwise, I can like surge forward and get onto this. Like, so there'll be, I won't do the pockets that are here. I mean, there'll be a Tori pocket. Please make no mistake. There's always a Tori pocket. But like, the cargo pockets I do, I've already got it. We're going to do them different. We're going to do that option where you guys want a slip pocket with a zipper pocket in the front. We're going to do that as an inside. Like, I have all the options, but I need to have a base. And I like Empress as a base. But again, if it's not your jam and you want me to try and come up with something original, shape, like basic shape-wise, please let me know now. Ah! It really hurts my fingers when it does that. If it matters, I vote for Empress. And your vote? I'm good with Empress. Everyone's good with Empress? That makes me feel better because I felt really bad, but like my brain can't get past using this as a base because it's got so much potential to do so many cool things. Like so many. Like my brain's even got, I've just mentally designed corner accents. Like just then, it happened. And I'm like, oh, and I know 2 ways that we can put on that exact same corner accent. My brain is ridiculous. So we can have like these little curvy slopes in the corners, or you can sew it on, so you can sew it on first and then join the sides, or if you want it to be seamless, you just join the side, open it up, and then sew it on, so it's like seamless corner join. Poor brain. I can absolutely design more for it, but the whole point of this will not just be we're making Empress again. It's just a base tote to then go, okay, this is how we then make all of these pieces and then put them in a bag. I mean, I could literally do a square base tote. That just feels boring to me. So many people have already got basic square totes. I don't want it. Empress is a great size. I do love the size of Empress. I know that some people shrink it down to 85% as like a smaller tote bag. Because I'm going to literally draw all of the pattern pieces, including all of the rectangles, you will be able to print it at 85%. There won't be a lot of measurements except for like handles, because I feel like you can all make 2 inches by however long. So I won't draw up physical handle pieces unless we're doing fancy handles, which we're going to. But like straps and handles will most likely just be measurements, but all of the rectangles you'll need for the bag, I will do physical rectangles for the pattern. And this is why we don't close the base. Watch how quick it is to turn a bag. This is the new rule of thumb for every bag ever, guys. We do not do the base and we leave the Tory pocket open. Because most bags have a zipper pocket. I mean, it could be any zipper pocket. You don't have to do the Tory style. I know some people that really love it with a facing. That is also fine. You can always do facing pockets instead of Tory pockets. I like mine because it's one piece. Less cutting. Because as fun as the design phase is, sometimes cutting is not as much fun as you might think. Push out all the base. Up. And before I get any further, let's close the base. We might even do 2 accents. So we'll do the original accent, but we'll alter it so we can do stuff with it. And then we're going to do another version. And I'm going to have to make like 15 of these bags. It'll be fine. This is a skill you guys should all strive to achieve. Not pinning your base. So good. Come on, sit. I see a tail. Bad tail. Okay, we just got to top stitch and attach the handles. Look at you guys. You guys are better at promoting me than I am. I never remember to keep saying hit the like button. If you do want to purchase any of the bags that were in yesterday's video, they are on my website for sale as a set. And I've just got like flat rate postage. So it's $15 postage for Australia for the set, and I did $40 for America because I know it's going to cost a fortune to send over there. But I can now send to America again, so that's exciting. Oh, it's getting hot in here. I'm going to go put the air conditioner on. I turned it off because I thought it would be cold. It is in fact not cold at all, and I'm dying of heat. And that is purely because I really like sewing in pants. Even though there's a lightweight pants, they are still pants. It still gets hot. Nothing can really help that. Oh, before we top stitch, spinning the wrong way, hold that thought. We're going to use this as the strap because it's fantastic. Tori, did you finish all of the purse pal? No, so we haven't finished purse pal. We're going to do this, and then we're going to finish off purse pal. I did no sewing yesterday off camera. So we're going to finish the purse pal and finish this, and then we're done. Did I remember my bag tag? Yes, we put it here to be fancy. How good's this? So good. Now, generally speaking, these are only however long. So I tend to just cut them in half to get 2 straps. Oh no, I just got a headache out of nowhere. It just barreled into my brain. That's not ideal. Alright. We're going to soldier through the headache. There's not much to go. But it just hit me full force. Nothing to like, not migraine, because I'd be getting off the camera if it was that bad, but it is a full headache. So rude. Alright, let's make our handle. And then we just need to finish up purse pal and top stitch that, and then add a zipper. I mean, we're nearly finished. It's fine. That was EJ suggested the tag we put there. Very clever idea. I think some water is in order. After I barn door it. I'm going to grab some water because I can't deal with a headache. Headaches are not my jam. I can deal with a sore, like a physical sore. Headaches not so much. Steals my concentration. Give me a sec. Let's get some drink. dokey. I'm coming. I got water with ice blocks because cold water is the best. You made me a label, thank you. I'm so excited. That was very kind of you. Go away, headache. Ooh, it just lifted a little bit. Apparently I require water. My body's having a hissy fit about it. It's not like I don't drink water. Oh no, I keep making people sick through the computer. I swear I'm not trying to. Have some water because mine is easing already. I don't do well with headaches. I can deal with literally anything else and I can essentially ignore it, not a headache. Steals my concentration and it's not okay. Alright, let's do this. Stupid headache. I'm going to top stitch that in a minute. We're moving across. I feel like doing this, then I'll top stitch because I got to like pin it and squish it and stuff and things. So let's make this first. The reason I didn't finish this yesterday is because I didn't have this big cut. Whoopsies. Headaches are the worst. Maybe I won't be going down the street today. I don't like driving with headaches either. They just annoy me. Now I did not fussy cut this, but I did manage to get a little ghosty, so go me. That was a fluke. Pardon me. Oh. The water's definitely alleviated about half the headache. So hopefully the other half will go away soon. So, for those of you that don't know this yet, when I have to do little fiddly stuff of any description, I only cut one of them and then just cut like a slab, because this is easier than trying to line two tiny pieces up together, and then you can just come in with your scissors and cut around your first piece, and it just works better. I cannot stress this enough. I know this wastes a little bit of vinyl, but it also doesn't waste time. You save a lot of time because then you don't have to go back and fussy cut these because they slightly moved on each side. Because they're small, you notice the movement. Whereas doing it this way just works. It really does. Right now, it's level all the way around, and I only wasted that. I've never had a migraine, I'm pretty sure. I feel like I would know. Isn't that when you have to be in a dark room and you can't deal with life? I haven't had one of them ever, but headaches are bad enough. I can pretty much ignore any other kind of pain. It's not a headache. I literally, on one of my lives, cut my finger open, and that was fine. That was better than this. Oh. It's just hard to concentrate with a headache, I think, is most of my issue. Yeah. Yeah. I've got all the bits here. Oh, that one's empty. I love little bowls. You don't have to have bowls. You can get like cute little ceramic ones for like $1 and $2 from the reject shop. They are also cute. Oh, it's really unpleasant. It'll go away on its own soon enough, but it's never soon enough, let's be honest. Alright, pop that up in there, pop that under there. Boop. Love it. I've never had to sit in the dark from a headache, and my mum used to get migraines, and that's what she had to do. So, like, I'm very lucky that that's not a thing. But I did just get, like, a bit of nausea and a really strong out-of-nowhere headache, and it's very unpleasant. I am quite uncomfortable right now. It's not going to stop me, because nothing stops me. I am who I am, but still, stupid head. Okay, pop that on, squish. I always like to set them back to rivet and hole punch. And then you want to make sure this works too. Drink some more water. Good idea. Okay, water's all gone. But no, they are definitely the worst. We're going to tuck that in there. See, now these, my green machine does not love sewing these clothes, especially in leather, whereas this machine loves it. Me too, Tammy. Mum used to have to collect me to school. It's not a migraine, so we're okay. It's just very, very unpleasant headache. What am I doing? Melting all the randomy bits, because it's just easier than trying to cut them off sometimes. I regret nothing. I like to get this fairly joined up. You could probably glue it. I don't like glue because I'm too impatient to wait for it to dry. That's literally the reason why I don't glue things. Like, I see a lot of people, especially people that started making the cell phone slings, they like glue it and then you have to wait till it's tacky and then join it and then wait even longer till it's dry. I would prefer to just use double-sided tape so I can make it now. I am not a patient human. At all. Need more Red Bull and club. I just drank, I had that water, but before then I sculled about a quarter of a bottle of soda water before I came out here. Alright, I got way too many clips. We need about half the clips we've got. That's cool. There's some top stitching. I can get through my headache and do the last of this. Clearly the universe is against me though. Jerks. We're going to put the zipper in the middle so I don't hit it. I'm like, is it my hair? No, it's not my hair. My hair was never tight to begin with. Sometimes I get minor headaches because my hair's been in a hair tie too long, but it's the morning and I don't sleep with it up. So it's not that. Ooh. I don't think there'll be a second video today, guys. I know how I'm all about let's start making Christmas gifts, but I don't know if we're going to get there today. I suddenly feel very not great. The headache lessened, but now I've got an upset stomach. The universe doesn't want me to finish my challenge, but it's going to happen because nothing defeats me. Not a headache, not nausea, nothing. Okay, but personal made, woo! It's not going to defeat me. I'm not hanging up until this is done. I'm just a bit less chatty right now. Sorry. I mean, maybe, but I got off the live and went and had water. But it might be that. I can always get up and go get some more water, but I've literally got to just attach the handles, top stitch, and put the zipper on. Better not be dehydration. Body's turning soft in its old age. How rude. Needs to get its act together. That's what it needs to do. I'm too busy for its petty problems. Also, the soda water was half flat, so that could also be why my stomach's upset. Very real possibility of that too. How old am I? I am 36. Home stretch. Well, it's gonna have to wait 10 minutes because I'm busy. Alright, stand over the bag, push it down. Look at that, guys. Amazing. Zipper? We need a zipper end too. I forgot to grab one of those. I'll go and eat more and drink more water after I've done this. We are so close. Even with a headache, it's fine. The headache is less than it was 10 minutes ago. So while it's not gone, I'm okay. I promise. We will survive. How good does that look though? I know it needs a Tory squish. Don't even. I know. Alright, zipper ends. Not in that one. Please tell me I have a gold zipper end or I might cry loudly. Oh, pardon me. Okay, so my stomach, now that I've burped, I feel better. My stomach issue is gone entirely. So apparently it was just gas from the flat half soda water stuff. That feels better now, and the headache is nearly gone. So I'll be fine. Nobody stress. Honestly, nothing gets to defeat me. Lighter, because it's a bit frayish. I don't know if you can see that. Then we're going to fold it over on itself and then just shove it in. Hey. all the way in. I got my little zipper. You don't have to use these ends. I do think they make it look more professional, but the other day when I couldn't find the ones I knew I owned, we did just put some leatherette there with my logo, which was also very cool. Right. Done. Handles. So as always, we want our rivet template. And I don't have strap ends. I've only got 3, which is just so rude. So we're just gonna go half and then 175. Oh, pardon me. Oh, and the headache's back. Okay then. Every time I burp, the headache comes and goes. How rude. But the upset tummy's gone, so I very much appreciate that. Although I would have stuck with the tummy and got rid of the headache, to be honest. The bag will still look good. What we'll do is we'll curve the ends inside instead of outside so that you don't see them so much. You make the bag different with different stuff. It's also why I don't strive to have identical bags. I don't want to. Different hardware available in my house calls for different measures. The mushroom vinyl is amazing. Okay, so we want the join underneath, and then we're going to go in that way, right? So we won't see the join, and then we won't see the raw edge because we don't have the strap ends. And everyone's a winner. Hiya. Let's put that over there. I'm not going to knock it, preferably. Now, even though I always buy the same size rivets, they quite often send me different sizes, and it's only 1 mil difference, but when you're dealing with such small stuff, you can tell. So I always have to like pull out a bunch and then find a matching set. So annoying. But what do? So there's my matching set. I'm gonna go in, and then through, and then cap on. We're going to close this so I don't knock them all on the floor. We all know I've done it before. And if I'm not careful, I will accidentally do it again. But this bag looks epic. Right, make sure we straighten it, bend it round, in and through. 1 and 2 and on. You feel them kind of push together, and then just maneuver the bag under the press however you see fit. There is no right or wrong answer. Where's my other strap? On the floor. Of course it is. Is it really a Tory video if I haven't dropped something? Honestly. And 1 and 2. This is a very cute set. And then we've got, so this is the strap that I did. I know it doesn't totally match, but it's gold, it's black, and it looks cool. The base needs a very good Tory squish. You can't really botch this. Do it as much as you can. Right. How good does the bag look? I love it. And then It's got a matching wallet and a Devon pouch and sunglasses case and a key fob, which I have not made the tassel, and I'm going to be totally honest with you, my headache is killing me and I don't really want to. I will do it, but like later. But otherwise, the bag's done. It looks very cool. That is a very cool set. So these things individually actually didn't take very long to make. If you want to start making sets, the main issue you're going to run into is what kind of wallets people like. But you could literally, like, not skip the wallet, but you could have options. Oh, my head. Or you could do a 4-piece set where it doesn't include a wallet, and then they can order a wallet separately, because different wallets cost different amounts. These ones, in my world, are cheaper than an NCW, but people like what they like. See, then we've got like pockets that everything can live in, like that, and then this attaches to the little heart chain like that, see? And then you can have your keys just kind of hanging out. All the things. Zip it up, pop that inside, zip it up, good to go. Everything fits in there beautifully. So for anyone that wasn't here yesterday, just real quick, this, you think this is a beast, look at the difference. This thing's ginormous. That is the medium size Tribbiani Traveller. That's not going to sit there, don't be silly. And this is the gym bag. So all the bits are inside. They come out really cool. I love them. I think I did great. You too could do great. Also the all the add-ons for the bags that go with these as part of the set are pretty much interchangeable between travel set and gym bag, because you could use them all. You could make it like an 8-piece set if you really wanted to. I mean, world's your oyster. You do what you want. But that's me done. I am going to go and deal with my headache. But thank you all for tuning in. And I will do another video probably tomorrow, because I'm going to go lay down and snack on fruit or something. Should be right. Lots more water. But thank you all for tuning in for the last little bit. I did make it in under time if we're being technical from yesterday. I have 25 minutes remaining, realistically. So even if I was to make a tassel from scratch, I would still make it. But thank you all for coming. I have finished. Huzzah! I just got to get rid of that there, but it should be right. I think it come out great. I'm a fan. Love embroidery on a bag. This is a great panel for it. I will see you all next time, but thank you for joining me on the 12-hour challenge, even if I did have to split it. Bye, guys!